Okay, part 2 of the PowerPoint. In this, you'll be able to explain different types of how to use power saws, explain how to use portable bandsaw, explain how to use miter and cutoff saws, explain how to use various grinders and grinder attachments, identify and explain how to use various types of grinders, various type of grinder accessories and attachment, identify how to use miscellaneous power tools, identify and explain how to use pneumatic, which is air, and power actuated fastening tools, which is actually gunpowder. Identify and explain how to use pavement breakers. Identify and explain how to use of hydraulic jacks. So your session 2 performance tasks: safely and properly demonstrate the use of the following tools: portable bandsaw, miter or cutoff saw, portable or bench grinder, pneumatic nail gun, pavement breaker. Used almost exclusively on metal is a bandsaw. Little nor added pressure is required. Check for blade wear if the cut is not progressing as expected. So it should still cut. Low speeds are best for cutting metal. Many bandsaws have only one speed. Push the stop against the workpiece before starting the cut, and the blade can easily be twisted and stressed while cutting, which results in breakage. So there's a close-up picture. So there's your speed adjustment right here, how fast the blade's going to go. This is where you're going to put your material up against the blade to be cut so it doesn't move, your band adjust, and your handle. So obviously you want this to be tight, but not too tight where it would break under pressure, and not too loose that it would twist. Okay, compound miter saws allow for multiple angles in a single cut. Single models allow for cutting wider stock. Many abrasive saws are for cutoff service only. The cutting angle cannot be set. So you see that these will adjust. This one will adjust both this way. This is just an up and down one. So compound miter saw, and this is a compound sliding miter saw. Okay, grinders. Angle grinders are very common metalworking tools, especially for welders, pipe fitters, and ironworkers. Knotted wire wheels and cups are commonly in addition to grinder wheels. So grinding disc, handle, and a guard. Grinding disc, guard, handle. So they're pretty much the same. They're just different size. Die grinders and detail grinders are used for finer work, such as removing casting waste from components. So you see that little blade? That's basically just a sanding or cutaway. So basically it deburrs it, if we talked about deburring when we were talking about pipe earlier. So grinders, wheel guard for spark arrestor, no more than 1/8. Remember that, 1/8 gap between tool and rest wheel. Maintain a 1/4 inch gap between wheel and spark arrestor. So you got to pay attention to where you're putting your tool. Always work on the surface of the wheel. Well, I don't know if you can see that all right. So anyways, grinder safety. Face shields should be worn at all times, only because the sparks that are flying out are actually metal shavings. So can get in your eye, cause eye damage, is the biggest thing. Not to mention it's actually molten metal. The maximum RPM of the grinding wheel must be greater than or equal of the grinder. Grinders create a shower of sparks. Ensure the work area is clear of flammable materials. Keep the tool rest within 1/8, about 3 millimeters of the wheel. Perform a ring test on new grinding wheels. Remember what a ring test is. You will learn what a ring test is. Pneumatic nailers can set many nails very quickly, and they eliminate the need to grab and hold the nail. The nose of the nailer must be depressed against a firm surface before it'll fire. It's a safety feature, so you can't put your hand in front of it and fire it unless you actually push against the actual pin. So this is a power actuated nail gun. When there is no air or electric power, they can fire fasteners directly into concrete, which is their primary use. Alternative methods, drilling and anchors, are much more labor intensive. So those are actually gunshots, really. Blanks. There's your tool, and then those are nails. They'll pound them right into the concrete. A variety of attachments are available for pavement breakers depending upon the task. A typical pneumatic model weighs between 50 and 90 pounds. Consider what is under the area being broken up, such as wiring or piping. So there's just some of the blades. And obviously, you know them as pavement breakers or jackhammers, obviously. Jacks can be used for various tasks such as raising equipment for the installation of permanent footings and vibration isolators. A jack should never be dependent on a hold a load, lift position, supporting materials, and then remove the load from the jack. So these jacks will tip over. So, you got a load that's unstable, it could literally cause some serious damage. All right, and then that was pretty much it for the PowerPoints.